Hey guys, Viking E2 here, back to show off some more plunder that I've acquired over the last little while. Got a lot of stuff to go through, going to be several videos worth of stuff, but yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it here, starting off with a couple of used ones that I picked up from half-price books. First up, we have Boston with Third Stage. And yeah, if you are not familiar with Boston, they are a hard rock band based out of Boston, Massachusetts. They've been around since 1975. As you can probably tell by the title of this is their third full-length album, released on MCA Records back in 1986. And it contains one of their actually best-known songs, besides More Than a Feeling, and that is Amanda, which is the lead-off track on here. And honestly, I like the song, but it's definitely not my favorite of theirs. And yeah, on this album here, only vocalist Brad Delp and Tom Schultz, their founder and kind of guitarist and multi-instrumentalist, are really the only original members left on this album. But yeah, I do enjoy me some Boston, so I was really happy to find this in the used section. Then we have Van Halen with For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, which you can figure out the lettering on that one. Of course, Van Halen, another band that really just doesn't really need an introduction here. Heavy metal band out of Pasadena, California. Been around, well, was around since 1974 with the passing, unfortunately, of Eddie Van Halen. I think this band is obviously pretty much done because, he was Van Halen. Yeah, this is their ninth full-length album, put out in 1991 on Warner Brothers Records, and is their third to feature Sammy Hagar on vocals, which I've really come to appreciate Sammy Hagar as a vocalist. I mean, I love some of his solo songs because they play them at work all the freaking time, and I'm really starting to get into his era of Van Halen, though, of course, everybody says, David Lee Roth is the definitive Van Halen vocalist, and while that may be true, I still think Sammy Hagar did a pretty good job. Next up, these next couple actually came from Landlocked Music, which I had not been there in, God, a long-ass time. And I was actually able to get there here recently, and I did find a couple things. One of them is a box set, which I'm going to be showing in a special video later on. But yeah, I did pick up a used copy of Rituals of Power by Misery Index. And this is a promo copy because it's got a little drill hole there. And see, we got another little one there in the booklet. But hey, music still plays, so that's the important thing for me. Yeah, Misery Index, death metal band out of Baltimore, Maryland. Been around since 2001. Founded by Jason Netherton, formerly of Dying Fetus. This is their sixth full-length album overall. Put out in 2019 by Season of Mist. And yeah, I've always loved Misery Index, and I just, for whatever reason, put off getting this for the longest time. And I saw this in the used section. I said, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. There is a box set edition, which I think comes with like a key carabiners, a couple other things. So I'm thinking about maybe picking that up here eventually. But yeah, really glad to finally have this one in the collection. And then the next three are actually going to be Indiana bands. This first one is the only one that I found at Landlocked Music, and that is Throne of Iron with Year One. And this is basically a compilation of the demos, covers, splits, and singles that this band has put out from 2018 to 2019. And if you are not familiar with this band, they are a straight-up heavy metal band based out of Bloomington, Indiana. Been around since 2018. Features Jacob Lett, the drummer of Grave Ripper, which is a name you should be familiar with because I've been saying it a lot here lately. And yeah, if you're a fan of Manila Road or Haunt or bands like that, go check out Throne of Iron. Here recently, for the Bandcamp Friday, I went ahead and picked up a copy of their 2018 demo, which they actually still had copies of. I picked up a t-shirt and their full-length album. Cannot wait for that stuff to arrive. So yeah, go check out Throne of Iron. Awesome band from here in Indiana. And these next two, if you want my full thoughts on these, then yeah, go check out my reviews because I've reviewed both of these, starting off with Death Ensemble with their lone demo 2019. Of course, black and thrash metal out of Indianapolis, Indiana, was around from 2018 to 2019 when they changed their name to Grave Ripper. So, and yeah, as I said, I did a review of this. Go check that out for my full thoughts. Same thing for this band here. This is Hate Song with their Unholy Shit EP. black metal, crust punk, D-beat style band from Indianapolis. Been around since around 2017. This is their second EP. They've got a new release. I believe it's a full-length album coming out here soon on Heavy Artillery Records. So be on the lookout for that. Next up, The Pretty Reckless with Death by Rock and Roll. Yeah, I really enjoy this band. I don't care what people say, but yeah, if you're not familiar, hard rock band based out of New York, been around since 2009. Of course, it's the main project of Taylor Momsen, also known as Cindy Lou Who from the Grinch movie with Jim Carrey. This is their fourth full-length album overall. I cannot remember if I actually had their last album. I almost say that I do, but I honestly can't remember. Yeah, this was put out just this year through Fearless Records. And as you can see, since I got it through Newberry Comics, I was able to get a signed copy. So very, very happy to not only have the new album, but to have it signed by Taylor Momsen. If you enjoy some good hard rock, go check them out. Next up, Mythic with Anthology. Of course, you know, Mythic were a death doom band out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They were around between 91 and 92, featuring Dana Duffy from Demonic Christ. This was her band before she formed Demonic Christ. And yeah, this is just another reissue of a compilation that has basically all of their recorded material, their lone EP, and things like that. And yeah, this is a reissue just put out through the Devil's Elixirs Records, limited to 999 copies. Mine is number, if you can see it, 182. And since I went ahead and ordered this from Dana Duffy herself, I asked her and she was gracious enough to sign it for me. So this is the second, actually, yeah, the second thing that I have from her that is signed. I have a copy of this on tape that she signed for me as well. So very cool. Next up, I have had the cassette of this, and I needed to get the CD. I missed out on the first pressing of this, and I was bummed. But luckily, the band got in copies of the second pressing, and that is Physicists with their Embodiment of Decay demo. Absolutely filthy sounding death metal, based out of Denver, Colorado. Been around since 2020. This is their debut demo. The cassette version of this was actually self-released by the band, and this is actually a reissue on CD put out by Brutal Cave Productions, limited to 100 copies. So very happy to finally have that on CD as well. And last but not least, Dark Tranquility with their latest album, Moment. Again, another band that doesn't really need much of an introduction. Melodic death metal band out of Gothenburg, Sweden. Been around since 1991, and this is their 12th full-length album overall, put out on Century Media Records just last year. And only got to listen to this once, but yeah, definitely another solid addition to their catalog. And yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.